A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 6, verses 12 to 19. Passage taken from the Message version of the Bible. At about that same time, he climbed a mountain to pray. He was there all night in prayer before God. The next day he summoned his disciples. From them he selected 12 he designated as apostles. Simon, whom he named Peter, Andrew his brother, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James son of Alphaeus, Simon called the Zealot, Judas son of James, Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. Coming down off the mountain with them, he stood on a plain surrounded by disciples, and was soon joined by a huge congregation from all over Judea and Jerusalem, even from the seaside towns of Tyre and Sidon. They had come both to hear him and to be cured of their ailments. Those disturbed by the evil spirits were healed. Everyone was trying to touch him. So much energy surging from him. So many people healed. The Gospel of the Lord. Reflections on the Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 6, verses 12 to 19. Today's Gospel speaks of Jesus choosing his apostles after a night of prayer on the mountain. There are two important points implied in this narrative. There were a group of disciples who accompanied Jesus onto the mountain for prayer. They have spent the night together on the mountain in prayer. Jesus prays before the task of choosing his apostles, and the disciples pray before accepting the call. The evangelist emphasizes on the aspect of prayer. In fact, the whole Gospel of Luke gives great importance on the prayer of Jesus. The other Gospels would say that when Jesus was in the Jordan, the Spirit descended on him as a dove. Luke says it was while he was praying that it happened. The others say Jesus climbed the mountain and was transfigured. Luke says that this happened while he was praying. The others say that Jesus died on the cross. Luke says that even when he was dying, he was praying for people who were killing him. While celebrating the Mass with the newly appointed bishops in 2016, Pope Francis asked the faithful for persistent prayers for the successors of the 12 apostles. These 12 are the first bishops, the first group of bishops, the Pope said. Before they were chosen, they had spent their time with Jesus in prayer. Therefore, the bishop's first task is not to make pastoral plans, he says, but to be with Jesus in prayer. Addressing the faithful, the Pope requested all the faithful their constant prayers for their bishops and priests, because they too, like Judas, who was also chosen to be an apostle, run the risk of not praying. The Pope further explained that during every Mass, the people of God pray for their bishops. We pray for Peter, the head of the Episcopal College. We pray for local bishop. And we pray for the clergy, the priests and the deacons. But this may not suffice. We say the name out of habit and move on. It is important to pray for your bishop from the heart, to ask the Lord, Lord, take care of my bishop, take care of all the bishops, and send us bishops who are true witnesses, bishops who pray and bishops who help us through their preaching to understand the gospel. Today's gospel is a reminder for those who have accepted the call to be successors of the apostles, the bishops and the priests, to spend their time with Jesus in prayer, for the graces needed for their mission. It's also a reminder for the faithful never to forget to pray for your bishops and priests.